What up, what up? It's your girl, Mysterious Jax. And you're tapped into Ladies Night Radio Show. That's right. We're coming to you live from the TGN Latinx studio. And, you know, it's Friday. I feel good. I hope y'all feel good. I hope you're home because these gas prices are ridiculous. But I feel good because I have a special person in the studio with me. Tonight's guest is a special, special friend of mine. And tonight, as we celebrate Women's History Month, I wanted to give space for women in media. And so it was very important for me to have this next guest here. And this woman is very special to me. She's a TV host and producer for over 20 years. She has conducted thousands of interviews, created content all sorts from entertainment, lifestyle, real estate, food, politics, and social justice. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Viviana Vigil.
Thank you.
Hi, boo.
I'm so honored to be here. Thank you. That was quite an introduction.
Of course. And for the best, hello. I was like, okay, you know, Viviana's here. She's got like 20 years under her belt. I gotta come ready. Okay. I gotta make her proud. So yes, welcome to the TGN Latinx studio.
It's gorgeous.
I know you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I know you've been to the Good News before in our talk studio. And now since I've last seen you, we have a total of 3 studios and our own home office by the LAX. So you got to come visit us over there.
I haven't been to that home office and I've seen photos. It looks awesome. Congratulations to.
Well, you are right now are invited anytime. So just hit me up and you can come. I'll give you the grand tour.
Be there Monday for lunch.
Okay.
Congrats to you and Keith and the whole Good News team. It's really amazing what you guys are. And you are good people on top of it. I love listening to the shows. I tune in. I follow you guys on Instagram. So all the shows, not just yours. Like I love Never Not Extra. I follow those girls.
Those girls are fun. They were just here last Friday. Shout out to Never Not Extra.
They are wild and I love them.
Yes,
They're
we
really
love them too. They are such a popular show here on the Good News and they've made us so proud because they are doing an amazing job. Like,
yeah, they really do.
And they put in work.
It's entertaining. It's hard to entertain these days. You are very entertaining as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're on your own flying solo now.
Yes. First of all, that was really sweet because that comes from you. So I do not take that for granted. And yes, when last time you were here, I had 2 other co-hosts with me. They've all ventured off into their own things. They come every so often. My sister, Crazy Maria, she comes every now and then. I know.
I love all your family's amazing.
Aw, thank you. Your family's amazing.
We're pretty good. We should get them together.
We should. Imagine.
Yeah. Oh my God, it'd be wild. First of all, we got to rent some hall that would hold thousands if we got our families.
Right. And I've told you in the past, one of your nephews looks so much like my nephew. They're growing into becoming their own individuals.
Which
but when
one
they
was
were
it, Santiago?
Yes, I think
the long hair.
Yes.
Or Theo?
No, not Theo. Theo.
Yeah, my little Alex.
He reminds me and looks similar to my nephew Damasio. And I've said it before, but they're changing now as they're getting older. But when they were younger,
Damasio and that nephew is named Alex Mateo. So they're not that far off.
Okay, look at that.
We should get him together.
We should, man.
He's getting straight A's right now, by the way.
That's awesome. How old is he?
He just turned 13.
No way.
Yes. He's got a little mustache. And what's the cutest thing is his avatar on Snapchat has a little mustache.
No.
He put a little fuzzy mustache.
That is so cute.
But frankly, he's Mexican. He was born with a mustache. Swear to God, he had a mustache at birth.
For reals.
Que macho.
I love it though. I love it as it should be. But welcome, man. Before we get started, if you're just coming in, this is Ladies Night Radio Show. I'm your host, Mysterious Jax, and today we have a very special guest, Viviana Vigil, and we're gonna tap into pretty much your story, your journey into the media. How we met.
Yeah.
Funny stories, and also we're gonna talk about knowing your worth. You had so many years in the industry, and just in general as a woman, knowing your worth and when did you figure that out? And also we're going to talk about something that's very important to me because pretty much how to negotiate your salaries. As women, we undervalue ourselves a lot, especially in the workforce. And I think that it's important to remind ourselves to it's okay for you to ask for more money. Even if you don't get it, you have to start practicing to
Yeah.
like knowing your worth and knowing like you know what you're capable of and what you can bring to the table.
Yes.
So your paycheck should match that.
And
your salary should match that.
Are in the TGN Latinx studios,
Yes.
and Latinas make 76 cents on the dollar, like I mean, or 43. I'm not good at math. We're making a lot less. You know,
A lot less.
women are making 50% yet less than men. Really, that's the wage gap. For
Man.
Latinas, it's even more.
Even
it's like
more.
we're getting 75% less or something crazy.
And you know what I think it is because we also don't like speak up. Before, you know, it was kind of
we've been taught not to.
Exactly.
It's part of
our
colonization.
culture.
Part of colonization.
That too.
You're barely surviving. You're lucky you're here. You don't even belong here. How dare
Yeah.
you ask for what you're worth? How dare you?
How dare you?
It happens to me even today.
Man, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
we're going to get into all of that. Make sure you stay tuned. But, you know, we definitely want to first get to know a little bit about Viviana. Viviana, tell a little bit about the people. First of all,
Yeah.
let them know, like,
Okay.
how long have you been in this industry?
Dang, you're putting me on blast.
Yes, they got to know.
Well, I started at birth. No, I was just out of college, and I was waiting to begin my career as a social worker for LA County. I was an LA County social worker with DCFS for almost 5 years. But when I was waiting for that to begin, I was in training and kind of just in a holding pattern. And my sister encouraged me, as we're talking about our sisters and our family,
I know.
encouraged me to audition, cold call for this. It was like a contest at this network called LATV. Still exists. It's a different variation today, but it was the first bilingual network really ever. I mean, maybe not ever, but at least Los Angeles.
That's right. And that's where I met you.
And that's where you met me. So I went for a contest there, actually lost the contest. And the executive producer was like, you know what? And this is just shows you, don't give, I didn't even know I wanted it. It was just having fun.
Right.
And I lost the contest, and the executive producer was like, you know, we really liked you. Would you come back and do something for us? And then I was persistent. And then I knocked on his door or called him every Wednesday, I think it was, for like maybe 2 months.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, hey, you said you want me to come by. Flavio Morales. He's another chingon out in the world right now. Look him
All
up,
right.
ladies.
Shout out to Flavio.
And I was like, hey, do you still want me to come do that promo? And he's like, finally, shit. You know, had me come down. And we shot it, and then from there it just grew into something. And then I moonlighted doing LATV for 5 years. That's where I met you.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we initially met, but you came on as my intern.
Yeah, that's exactly how I met you. So,
But how did that happen?
Because my sorority sister from college was working there, and she was like getting a bunch of interns for just the network itself. And of course, people that we want to get into, you know, into that field. So, you know, she sent an email out. I responded. I was one of the ones that responded, and she just connected me with you. I mean, there was a few other of us that signed up. Everybody kind of went to a different department.
Yeah.
And when I went, she assigned me to be your assistant as an intern. And I was like, cool, let's do it, you know? And I was
got the coolest one.
I did. No, I did. I ended up winning.
Just kidding.
I ended up winning.
No, I just remember you popped up one day and you were just so cool. And you were on it. You were just one of those. I love meeting smart women. I love meeting smart people where it's just like, oh, you're going to help me. Like, and you actually did. Like very rarely people are like, I got to go train somebody. I got to go help. You like made my life easier. You just sort of, and that just is a real testament to the type of person you are, why you've had the success that you have, because you just know how to navigate. You got to navigate. What is it? Weave and bob and just get through the blows. Right.
Right. 100%. I was for it. Like whatever need to be. I'm not the type of person. I'm very humble. Like I'm not like, I'm not doing that. Like, no.
You're like, you want me to go take these clothes over here, return this? Fine. You want me to
go walk Frank?
Yeah,
Frank, I would walk in him.
Talking about Frank.
Frank is her dog who she got, and you only had him for like 3 months. Yeah. Puppy, super cute Yorkie. So cute, and
you used to help take care of Frank.
Everything.
He still is very much a diva.
Whatever you need. Oh, yeah, but it's okay. He is so cute.
He used to sit in a little bed underneath the coffee table while we shot that show.
Yeah.
And La Zona.
Did he? Oh, yeah, he
and
did.
La Zona. Marcela Pesset and Pili Montilla with the co-hosts.
And shout out to LATV because they're still doing it, man. They're still doing it. I still see them.
I was supposed to be on Humberto's show recently, but I wasn't able to make it. But yeah, they're doing their thing. It's sad to me that it's changed because it was such a special time. And so many people got their start there, and we learned so much. Carlos Santos probably having the most success out of everybody.
Shout out to Carlos Santos, who's on the show
Gentified. Yes, and doing much more things. I always kind of pressure him, and once in a while I remind him, I'm like, because little known story about Carlos Santos, because he was my co-host, and I'm the one that helped get him hired there because
really
they had brought him and some other people on, and some of the producers didn't like him. I
Why?
don't, because they were idiots. I immediately saw your talent. I immediately saw Carlos's talent. It was so funny. And they were like, I don't know. And he was also Puerto Rican. It was a lot of Mexicans that were in that studio. So I think maybe there was a little bit of that in there. And I was like, talent's talent, bro. Like, this guy's funny.
Right.
And so I encouraged them to let him come onto the show. And they did. And they first they didn't like him co-hosting, and they put him like in the back, like in the chat room. And like, he was so good, they couldn't resist.
Right.
At one point, can you imagine trying to make it in TV, right? And they put you in the back, and he actually started like doing a little whiteboard and making, like, he just really stood out. And so when your talent is undeniable, people can't deny.
That's true.
So he did really well. But yeah, a lot of great success. Arlene Santana, she's been doing writing. She does a lot of, like, she's like on NCIS and stuff now.
Man, that's crazy.
Pili Montilla has done really well.
Yeah, that's right.
I've had some issues with her politically, but that's I know
politics, man, will definitely just make friendships or family ships like so
it's been a rough
intense.
Few years. It's been a rough
damn
few years.
Trump. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to blame. I don't just blame Trump. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean,
he definitely stirred the pot a lot for.
We got a lot of people who have been like Trump over the years who say certain things and they're inflammatory. So yeah,
right.
He's one of them. Yeah, as an entertainer, he is great. As a politician,
100%.
He's dangerous.
Yeah,
but all of them mostly are.
That's like Kanye right there too.
Yeah, Kanye. At least Kanye doesn't have the nuke codes, so we're okay.
Thank God.
Kim would really be in trouble.
Oh my God, no, Pete,
pobrecito.
I don't know, man, but yeah,
is that not the best manicure you've ever seen? Pete Davidson's new commercial. That's the best.
I haven't seen it.
He's got the best manicure I've ever seen in my life. It is, and it's black polish, which if you've ever had black nail polish, it is not easy.
It's not easy. Not everybody can pull black.
I gotta give
nail
a
polish
salute
off
to his manicurist.
Man, so thank you for sharing that. I did want to say, like, the fact that you graduated college and you went into social work.
USC, fight on.
Hey, shout out USC, go Trojans. Yeah, so like, and then you went into social work, which, I feel also added to like your personality, because when I first met you, you were so different from like the other TV personalities. You were so like real, like you were like straight shooter, and you said it how you felt. Like you did not sugarcoat shit.
No.
And
good and bad, right?
But I appreciated that, because like a lot of my family's like that.
You're real like that too.
And that's why I appreciate it even more, because
real recognizes
real. And in that industry, you can know like a lot of people end up being fake, or you're just like,
there's a lot
whatever.
Of fake people, but I think it definitely kept me grounded, because during the day I'm literally dealing with the underbelly of society, and then at nighttime it's like smoke and mirrors and fake. So it kept me grounded, and it also gave me like a release. Because it wasn't just serious, horrible child abuse all the time. It was
because you're funny, dude. You're so funny.
You.
So I appreciated that, and I was like, I am so glad the universe brought me to you, and I learned so much that you really taught me, because if I would have been somebody else, I would have been like a whole character right now. But I felt like you can genuinely be who you are and still be in front of camera.
That makes me want to cry.
I literally learned that from you. And I was like, she's her authentic self on and off camera. Yeah. And she's, you're doing the damn thing. Yeah. So
another shout out to Flavio then. And then he gave me that advice. I remember I first started working there, and I started to get a little overwhelmed because they wanted me to take on a show and do this and do that. And my cousin was like, I'm going to dress you up. You don't know how to dress. But she kept me in the mini skirt with these boots and like a crop top. And it wasn't really me.
Right.
And I went and shot the show. And then Flavio afterwards pulled me aside. He's like, you don't need to be anybody else. Just be you. We like you. And it also was what got me through being insecure. This was a live show. Live shows.
Live shows.
You are what you are.
That's it.
You're not going to rewind it. You can't change nothing. What you look like, sound like, whatever. It is what it is.
Right.
And you have to be okay with it.
Yeah.
And part of that authenticity, especially with that show, I think LA TV Live was really what connected the audience to you. And that's what works for you and your audience as well.
Yeah.
And I just thank you. That's the best compliment anybody. Anyway, I mean, to know that I encouraged authenticity and for you to shine, because look at you.
I'm trying over here. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing live radio. This is live. There's no edit right here.
I love it.
That's and I messed up a lot. They know. Y'all know me. But the show must go on. We're not perfect. Yeah. I'm just trying to create a platform that's a safe space for women here.
We don't need no filters.
None. All right. Well, let's get into our first segment of the night. It is our Cheeseman. Do you like Cheeseman?
Yes.
You like to hear it. You don't want to be in it. That's the thing.
Sometimes both.
Really?
Yeah,
I do not like to be in the Cheeseman, but I will definitely report it. So let's get into it. Yes, you guys, it is Cheesemate time. Time for all the juiciness, right? All right. So Tinder is making a criminal background check available for dates.
Oh.
Yes. Shout out to Tinder for that.
Can we get Uber to do it, huh?
Ooh, yes. Everybody, right?
I don't know, a little bit brother-esque, but okay.
I know. Tinder is taking another step to help notice red flags about potential dates. So Tinder users will now see a background check tool in the popular dating app Safety Center. For a small fee, users can conduct background checks through an agency that searches public arrest records, convictions, and sex offender registries across the country. But experts also caution that this isn't necessarily a catch-all because research has shown that sexual crimes are often not reported to authorities.
Well, of course.
But the fact that they are having this feature is shout out to freaking Tinder for that, yo. Like,
I'm gonna back it up a little bit.
Okay. Let's
shout out to making it accessible, but for a fee.
Yeah, they did throw in small fee in there.
Because guess what? That's information you can get for free. Megan's Law, that's a free website. That's every sex offender in the country. Type in your zip code, you can see who your neighbors are. Surprise, that's the old social worker coming out.
You see that?
Megan's Law. Check it out.
That? You see that?
That's a free website.
Megan's Law, you guys. Check that out.
It's a national registry.
It's just for sex offenders, though?
Just for sex offenders.
Oh, okay.
Rape and pedophiles and all of that in there.
I mean, not just for sex offenders, but yeah, that's a big deal.
But you can do criminal background checks on people, too, but you can pay for those as well. So, I like that they're making it part of it.
I guess it's just easier for you to just go to this one button, whereas
how
those
much
other
is
ones.
The small fee. Yeah.
If
you want to live and survive this date, pay a small fee.
Right.
How about just give it to? Do we have to really live in risk like that?
Right. No, I'm with you for sure. Like that's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I think also brought it too is a Tinder swindler on Netflix.
Oh man,
did you watch that?
Oh, I did. Yeah. I don't want to. It's hard because I know there's a lot of vulnerable people out there that really want love. But do you really think that you would fall for that guy?
No, not at all.
I don't feel like anybody from the hood would be like.
You know how many memes I saw on my feed when that came out? Like, oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry. Like,
my favorite one was when they had the German heiress chick, Anna. What's her name? You saw that one, right?
Yeah, but I can't remember.
I can't think of her name. So they had Anna, and they had Anna and the Tinder swindler if they were dating.
Oh,
he's like, I need $30,000. She's like, I can't reach my father's money. He's like, there are bad people after me. And she's like, oh, so dramatic. Fine. I'll get a wire transfer to you tomorrow. Stop hanging out with poor people. I was like, that's who needs to date.
Those people, yeah, sure.
They would never find each other. They know already. They can
imagine like if two con people just started dating and that like
I'm sure.
And it's like, oh my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you were somebody else.
There's a great 80s movie, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Watch that. It has there's a lot of swindlers out there. This is
true. I got one more cheeseman for you, Vivi. I hope you're ready for this one.
Yes.
I hope
you're about Kanye.
No.
Okay.
Kanye's been enough of my cheeseman. I'm trying to take a break from Kanye, even though they make it so easy. And I think that's the point. I think they want to be in the cheeseman. I can't always give it to them. Yeah. Him and Kim.
Oh, Kim over went out here saying some babosadas this week.
Thank you.
Get up and work.
Oh,
okay. Thanks.
Look, normally I'm not taking sides in the Kanye and Kim, but like I try to be understanding because he is a narcissist. But you dig your own holes, Kim. Come on, you dig your own holes. I mean, she's a narcissist
she
too,
got
but
with him for a reason and had 4 kids with them.
Both of them are narcissists, so they were perfect couple for each other. But he can get a little out of hand.
No, I don't think he's been appropriate, but
at all.
Which just that aside, I'm not going to get involved. I think he should be following court orders. That's what I think.
100%.
But what she said was really tone deaf.
What the hell? Facts. I was so upset. I was like,
we're talking about how she said that women, this is her advice to women in business. Just get off your fucking ass
and work.
Okay, first of all, the ass is not even yours that you're getting off of. So don't tell me about getting off my ass, okay?
Oh my God. I'm going to go ahead and play. Like, that is hilarious. That is so funny. You know who has a real one? This girl right here, okay?
I'm looking at a metal right here.
No, but seriously though,
seriously, you were walking down the hall and I was like,
I know, you guys. She literally said that we're walking down.
Mysterious Jax. It is. Now I know why.
This baby hidden because she honestly would steal the show if I let her out. She steals the show. So
I'm not even a butt man, and I just.
You just want to grab it, right?
Just want to.
All of my friends, you have permission. All my friends either smack it or just
I have never. This sounds sexual, and I don't mean it in a sexual way.
Go ahead.
But like, I could imagine like it would feel really nice to put my whole face in it. Is that weird? I don't mean it in a sexual
Not
way.
at all. I mean, Yelp review. I'm just kidding.
5
They
stars.
agree. 5 stars.
5
I
stars.
mean, yes.
Local favorite.
They agree with you.
Vegan options.
I am posting that on Instagram for sure. I'm posting that. That's going to be my short reel. I'm putting it on TikTok right there. Everything coming to you from Viviana.
Great. I have to talk with my boyfriend after this. He's going to be like, what in the world?
Disclaimer. No, okay. One more cheeseman for you, though. The first person, so a man who received his first pig heart transplant dies after 2 months. Yeah, the first person to ever receive a heart transplant from a pig has died 2 months after the groundbreaking experiment.
That's horrible.
It is horrible, but it's the fact that he even took a chance. Like, you know, he knew that he didn't like have a chance, but he still did it, you know.
I mean, you know, when you don't have any options, you feel like I'll try it.
Exactly. So Bennett's the son praised the hospital for offering this last ditch experiment, saying the family hoped it would help further efforts to end the organ shortage. Doctors for decades have sought to one day use animal organs for life-saving transplants. But Bennett, a handyman from Maryland, was a candidate for this newest attempt only because he otherwise faced certain death. And he was ineligible for a human heart transplant. He was bedridden and on life support and out of other options.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the truth is he may not have survived a human heart transplant as
100%.
well. So
yeah.
It's horrible. It's sad. I mean, you know, I honestly, I feel like really grateful to people like him for taking that chance because we learned a lot from it, even though he passed, which is really sad. So appreciate him.
Because imagine if it would have worked, like he took a chance and he would have changed the world. So I saw that and I was like, yo, like shout out to him for even taking a chance. For sure.
Yeah.
So rest in peace to him. And you know, it's sad that it didn't work, but like again, maybe that helps the medical like experiment. Okay, take notes and become better and what they can do differently. So
you know, it did.
Man, well, that pretty much wraps up the cheese, man. I hope y'all like that because you know I did. Every time I play the song, even for my non-Latinos, they start dancing. How can you not dance to this?
You put that song on at a wedding, forget it.
Everybody's dancing.
Everybody's up. It's a good one.
If you're just tuning in.
Es un escándalo.
Es un escándalo for sure. If you are just tuning in, you are locked in with TGN Latinx. This is Ladies Night Radio Show. I am your host, Mysterious Jax. And my guest tonight is the phenomenal woman, Viviana Vigil. And we are going to go ahead and get into tonight's topic about knowing our worth. So, Viviana, like you were saying earlier, you have been in the industry for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Thank you.
And like I was telling you earlier, like I really wanted to have you here as a guest because I wanted all of my listeners and all of just everybody, whoever watches this video or listens to this audio, to know like she is one of the first people to ever take a chance on me. And like, yeah, I was her intern, but it was what happened after that internship that really developed our relationship, our friendship. And you, when even like after that, like when you got a new job, you took me with you. You were like you were like, I got this new gig. You want to come? I'm like, yes, let's go. And a lot of it was a little bit different. I was doing like wardrobe for you. I was doing whatever needed to be done. I was doing it. Because you probably didn't know, but like you were teaching me so much, like as far as what it takes to be, you know, an on-air personality. And at that moment, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. Yeah. For a lot of the time, I wanted to be behind the cameras. Like it was hard for me to turn on this camera and put it right now because I was like, I want to do radio for sure. Yeah. But, you know, everybody wants to see your faces now, like ever since the Breakfast Club and all of that. So I wanted to make sure that I had brought you here and gave you your flowers and just thank you for being the phenomenal person that you are because you took a chance on me. And even when your work was like done or you didn't have work for me, you connected me with Hachi, who is another amazing woman. But she works in a different field in the entertainment. She does wardrobe and styling, and she's a celebrity stylist. And I know I knew nothing about that fashion. But you know, you knew that I worked hard and I was going to get whatever needed to get done. And, you know, I started off just organizing her, like, her receipts for her taxes. She just needed help honestly organizing her like wardrobe and all of
Yeah.
that. And I did that probably within like a week. And
Yep.
she was like,
Huh?
what?
Yeah.
And so
Hachi's another person. I met Hachi and I was like, this lady knows what's going on. I
She's-
like to surround myself with women who are badasses. Who
Yes.
can just get shit done. But
same.
you weren't sure what you wanted to do, but you knew that you always liked broadcasting
Yes.
and media and production.
Yep.
You always were interested in that. And so you were honest about that from the start. Like, I just want to learn whatever I can learn.
Yeah.
I mean, I was young. You were young.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I was doing either. I'm just kind of working my way through it. But I really appreciate you bringing me on here. It's really touching. It's rare to ever get flowers, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, you know,
The honor. And you said Women's History Month. I was like, oh my God, Women's History.
it is Women's History
I'm a
Month.
historical woman.
You are. And I do not want you to be humble in this episode at all. So anything
God.
that you
Thank
feel
you.
that you need to like say it. This is your place that I want people to know who you are, what you worked, and like what
Yeah.
you've done to get where you are now. Because a lot of people just see you in front of the camera, but they don't know all the work you did behind.
Well, you know, this segment's about knowing your worth, and I gotta say, I did not know my worth, and I really felt like I wasn't supposed to be there most of the time.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say, you know, probably 10 years of my career, I was like, I'm like, this is a fluke, imposter syndrome, all that kind of stuff. It wasn't really until maybe my late 30s where I was like, nah, I'm here because I'm good. I'm fucking good.
Right.
Because this shit ain't easy and I make it easy.
Right.
That's why I'm here. And you can
Right.
try to be me, but you're not me.
Right.
So it's not a fluke that I'm doing this for 20 years. It's not a fluke that I just happened onto something, and people will tell you that kind of stuff all the time. Like, oh, well, you must have known somebody, Knowing somebody is part of it, but it's not all of it.
It's not.
And it is hard work. It's a lot of that, you know. Kim wasn't totally wrong when she says get off your fucking ass.
And
you
work.
do have to get off your ass and work, but it's been hard for me.
Yes.
Mostly because I also had to have a full-time job when I got into media. I was a full-time social worker. I worked 7 days a week. I worked every single day. I mean, I talk to people all the time.
Do you guys hear this? She worked every single day and was still
for 5+ years.
Man.
Just because it was fun. You like this?
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually have 2 jobs right now.
There you go.
I'm doing this and I got a full-time job.
If you want it, you do it.
Yeah, because this doesn't pay the bills all the time.
No.
So you still need that job that pays the bills until you have a steady like flow in
And
this
that's what I
industry.
did. And it got to the point where it was like I couldn't do both anymore.
Right.
It was like you have to pick, because I was doing LATV live and I was full-time social work. There actually was some issues with social work. Like, you know, I was getting really overwhelmed. It's really a stressful job. And so I had to pick. Carlos Santos, we talked about earlier, he helped me decide. He was like, you can't like walk the line anymore.
Right.
Like, you want to do this, jump both feet in.
Yeah.
So I was scared because I had a 401k and I had a first and a 15th job.
Yeah.
And benefits that now I do regret, because those benefits were really good. County benefits,
Man.
really good. I like a $10 copay, whatever. But I left, and I, even through therapy, was working out. Like, your job always defines you, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a social worker. And it was like, well, what am I going to tell people that I do? And she was
Right.
like, well, you're a TV host. I'm like, well, what if I lose that job?
Yeah.
Then who am I? Oh God.
Right.
You know, she was like, well, then you just tell them you're in between gigs, you know? And
Yeah.
it sort of was like, okay. And I kept thinking, like, even now, I mean, I'm on season 6 for $1 Million House Hunter that I host right now.
Shout
It's
out to
amazing.
you. Season 6.
Yeah. And you know, I'm always like, well, this probably be the last time. This probably be the last time, and it's not. And it's and even coming onto your show, getting invited, doing things. I have a big project I'll tell you about in just a minute that's coming up. As a producer, you know, and as a show developer, I worked with a producing partner of mine, and she hired me to help her develop a show for NBC. Got picked up. Yeah.
What?
And a star.
Can you say what the show
I
is?
can't.
Okay.
We can't talk about Bruno. Oh,
Okay.
but he might be in the show. But it's going to be awesome, and hopefully that'll happen. But you got to put the hard work in. You got to
100%.
If you want to be like people that say they want to be actors, rappers, whatever, artists, whatever you skateboard, whatever you want to do,
Right.
you can do it.
Right.
But guess what? You can't just do that unless you're lucky enough to be a Kardashian and have the money behind it.
Thank you.
But if you want to work full time and do it, you got to do it.
Yeah.
And when you're young and you're 23 years old, do it, because you can do it.
You hear that?
When you're 20 plus over that. Your knees are bad. Your back is bad.
Tell
You're
me about
tired.
I have not put on heels in a while. Like, I do not like heels.
Let me tell you, I was in heels nonstop for 15 plus years. The pandemic, and I had hurt my back.
I remember.
So yeah, I got hit by a car in 2018, and it just was like worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And
Yeah.
then in the pandemic, I was like, everybody else, everything was shut down. I couldn't leave my bed anyway. Anyway, I finally put heels on to start shooting this show, and I was like, my feet were like, "What are you doing to me?"
Right. It's crazy. I know.
Even jeans. Why?
I know.
Can't we just live in sweats? Like, what? That was the best thing about the pantuflas and sweats.
Shout out to Spanx. I'm wearing Spanx right now. These are Spanx pants that I'm wearing.
I have a body. Well, I have this like jumpsuit on, so it's kind of like a Spanx. But I do love Spanx.
Spanx is the best. Shout out to Spanx. If you guys want to sponsor my show, let me know. I will wear all of Spanx every day.
I have the whole little Spanx bodysuit thing.
Do you really?
I wear it under dresses. I love it.
Oh yeah. Spanx is amazing.
Hard to pee in them, but
that part.
Just don't drink water. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, don't drink water and coffee and alcohol.
Really? Oh, well, I'm not a big drinker, but coffee, yeah.
Coffee.
I just got an espresso machine. I'm so excited.
Look at you.
I know. Aren't I fancy?
Do you have a French press too? Look at you.
I did have a French press. Actually, I think I loaned it to Hachi, our friend. And I think she broke it.
Shout out to Hachi.
Yeah.
I got to have her on here.
Yeah, tell her to bring me another French press.
When she comes here, I'm going to tell her
She's
that.
like, I broke it. I'm like, bitch, you can just replace that glass. Like, where's my French press?
Just order that
those
part.
Bodim ones. Those are expensive.
Man. So if you're just tuning in, we have the amazing Viviana Vigil here, who's been in the industry for about 20 plus years. And she is amazing at it. She is currently hosting. So I was going to tell you, you are hosting, what's the name of your show again? $1 Million Home?
House Hunters.
House Hunters. Yeah. And you got your real estate license.
And I got my license during the pandemic.
What made you do that?
Well, everything was closed. Production was to a halt. And, I had been doing 5 seasons, maybe I guess it was 4 seasons of the show at the time. And I had just wrapped the 4th season, and I went to go see my best friend who had just, lost her job with the pandemic. And I was like, what are we doing?
Right.
Let's just get our license.
Yeah.
Like, what? She was like, oh, yeah. So we both started studying, and she ended up getting her old job back, but we both did get our license. And so I've been selling houses.
Check you out.
And I had been people had reached out to me before and like, hey, you sell houses. And I was like, no, I just do it on TV. And I was like, what am I, stupid? Like, it's people, and I love it, actually. It's really fun. I've sold 4 properties already.
What?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Here I am doing 2 jobs again because you got to live in LA. So
100%.
You want to eat out here? You got to have 2 jobs.
Man, that's crazy. And it makes sense it goes hand in hand with you.
I don't know why I've always had 2 jobs. It's weird. I just am a hustler, I guess. And it goes back. We were talking about this earlier and we'll touch on it. There is a price to pay.
Yeah.
There's a price to pay when you work really hard, 7 days a week. You have less time for other things. And then you end up over 40 and no babies.
Yeah, so we were talking about that off air, you guys. Of course, we're always talking about dating lives and like, shout out to you. You got a boo. You got booed up on me.
Finally. I've been single since you knew me pretty much.
I know, and same here.
No,
I'm still single, but yeah, and that's honestly, I feel like it's a norm. Like that's another thing too that I'm like, she's a fucking badass woman. She's doing her thing, and you go on dates. It's not like you're like, fuck men, but you do give opportunities to people to date.
Oh yeah, I got dissed a lot.
But you also have standards. You weren't just gonna settle for whatever mofo came up to you. No. You're like, no, I know what I want.
I settled for some mofos.
I think sometimes we all do, but
we
like,
all made our mistakes. You know who you are. You knew you were a mistake. I probably let you know at the end. No, but I got ghosted. All of it. You know, I had tons of those 3-month relationships that just. Yeah. Suddenly you're not in love with me anymore. Oh, that's weird. I was your everything 2 months ago.
Right.
I was so great.
Right.
But I met somebody online and during the pandemic, and we're going on 2 years in May. We're moving in together this month.
Shut up. Breaking news. Breaking news. I don't even know what sound effect it hit over here.
She got freaked out.
Breaking news. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
You never know me to live with a man either.
No.
And I'm bringing this up because we're talking about women in media.
Yes.
Accomplished, successful, powerful, strong,
Yep.
confident women
Yes.
can often be single for a very long time because it takes a very special partner to complement someone like that. And especially strong women, often we look for strength in very patriarchal ways. And then it ends up not really being what we needed. We do need strength, but not in this domineering way.
Alpha, yeah.
That doesn't work for us. And I found a partner who is strong in character in so many ways and is so proud of me and is like my biggest fan, which sounds like it's corny. I hadn't had that ever.
It's not corny. It's what people want.
I had guys tell me I wasn't. I mean, I remember one time I was dating this guy and I was featured on The Soup. Joe McHale started mocking an interview I did with Steven Seagal of all people, which was the craziest interview. That guy is talk about. He like was borderline sexual assault. Well, actually, it really was.
Who, Seagal?
Yeah. When I interviewed him, anyway, that's a whole nother thing. He's get in line. There's a long line of women who've had their situations.
The industry.
I'm lucky I was safe around him. I never let myself be alone. Anyway. Mikhail made fun of how I said my name, Viviana Vigil, because of course we can't say our names correctly because white people get uncomfortable.
Wow.
So he was mocking it, whichever. Hilarious to me to be mocked on The Soup. You remember that from E?
For saying my name.
For my name, right? Which for me, I just thought funny. Like he also made fun of some other things. Like Steven Seagal was in a house with like bookshelves, but no books. No
It's a secret door passage.
Right on point. Yeah. It's probably where he keeps his victims. Anyway.
Oh my God.
He's horrible. No, look him up. He's probably on Megan's Law. He's probably.
Oh my God. Yo.
I don't know if he's been convicted. Anyway.
Jeez.
No, but so I had this guy I was dating and The Soup had made fun of me, which is huge. I mean, to get made fun of on The Soup. And this was in maybe 2010. So it's a big deal. Now it doesn't exist anymore. But back then, we didn't have viral videos. We had The Soup. That's how you went viral.
Right.
And so I told this guy I was dating, hey, you got to check this clip out, blah, blah, blah. I sent it to him. It was like a 2-minute clip, right? Not even. I'm busy. Like he couldn't even be bothered watching. He's like, why do you even want to celebrate somebody making fun of you? I mean, this is the kind of people that I dated, that they would just want to like make less of what I was doing. And it was like, it was kind of a constant thing. And partly maybe I was seeking people out like that. I don't know. There might've been some subconscious stuff going on. But I think that it's just we're a unique type of woman. And so we need a unique type of man.
Right.
And you also have to just, and shout out to your sister who really actually helped me as a life coach. She really, Anna, hi.
Shout out to Anna.
She really kind of helped me redefine my priorities of what I wanted in my life and how I want, because I was going through some physical pain as well, my back and all kinds of things. I was in a low place. And I had been doing work with a therapist and even seeing a psychiatrist for a bit during that time as well. But it was really working with Anna about like doing oral manifestations, like, or, just these powerful words and saying it, of who you really are, fighting those channels that we've dug into our brains of negativity, and just kind of what I want my day to day. And I think it opened me up, and also just the pandemic and having to date somebody online, like on Zoom for 2 months before we met in person.
Really?
It was great. We both talk about it. Like, we were like Muslim people dating. It was like, we didn't even see each other's face. I had a mask on because we did finally meet.
Wait, you got a mask on Zoom?
No. We had when we finally met in person, we had our masks on. We didn't hold hands or anything. And so it was very strange. But when we did finally get physical, it was like, I really like this person wants to know me and like me as a person. And I think that's what's hard about women who are very successful. For whatever reason, maybe they have a lot of money, maybe they're ridiculously beautiful or whatever, all these different things that men might be attracted to. But when you really want is them to love your heart and to love who you are.
Right.
So you just got to take your time.
Yeah.
And the right man, the right partner is going to want to be around you because they just know how special you are.
Right.
And the rest will fall into place. I was worried a little bit about the chemistry because we hadn't really gone there.
Right. But everything else was good. And it was just like, I wonder if
so when it finally went there, I was like, okay. I called Hachi the next day. I was like, girl. I was like, ¿qué más quieres? It's all there.
I love it, you guys. And that is so true. Everything needs to align. And if that didn't align, it was going to be even.
I would have been okay.
Yeah?
I would have been okay if I would, because that's what I worked on. I worked on knowing my worth enough that if mejor sola que mal acompañada. Knowing my worth and knowing that I won't be alone, though. I make friends. I have people that I will find something. It may not be exactly what I thought. Turns out my boyfriend divorced 4 kids. minivan. You've seen me manifest that,
Right.
but I did manifest his heart and the way that I'm loved.
I
And
love
that, I don't give a shit what kind of car you drive. If you don't love me that good, then forget it.
Man.
I tell him, I'm like, "Oof, you know how ever worry about me cheating on you or nothing? Because I looked for 10 years for a man like you. And I'm not about to throw it away for some guy who drives a nice car. I don't care because he worries. What about my minivan? I'm like, I love your minivan. Let's go camping in it. Let's he's a sweet guy. You guys gotta just, yeah. I have faith for you too.
I know.
Be patient because you're not a pumpkin spice latte bitch. Sorry.
No, not at all.
So it takes a special person.
It does.
And we're already rare.
Yeah, this is true. And we were talking about that, like, because we are very, I guess, what were you saying off air? You were saying something about like sometimes the career, we don't make the career makes us in a sense.
Well, it's because you're focusing on your career. You're not choosing.
Yeah, there you go.
To not have kids or not have a relationship because you're working on your career. It sort of decides for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're so driven, like, well, fuck, you're not going to sit around all day and wait for someone to call. You're going to go and do your show and get guests on and hustle and do your thing that you've always been doing.
Right.
Live your life, you know, and that's what you should be doing. But when you are a really successful, accomplished woman who hustles, that sort of chooses then. And a lot of men have told me, well, you didn't make time. You didn't prioritize. And it's like, but you're not paying my fucking bills.
I know.
You want me to just quit my job so I can sit on a pillow waiting for some guy to maybe love me so you can ghost me in 3 months?
Right.
Mm-mm.
Right.
And so it does sometimes. I mean, look around. Oprah, where her kids at?
True.
You know, other TV hosts that I know, very accomplished women and major shows on air right now, single.
No kids?
No kids. My age. I'm 44.
Yeah.
They're maybe older, 45.
You do not look 44. Let me just tell you.
Know I am.
I know, but you don't look it. It's so crazy to me.
Well, thank God. It's what, you know, I've always looked older.
It can also be that we don't have kids.
It is. My boyfriend does, and he's younger than me, and he don't look younger than me. I'm like, where'd you get up them wrinkles? Damn. You didn't even give birth.
Yeah.
So, you know,
but
shout out to everybody who looks great.
Yeah.
Who has kids. I know how you do it. Well, I'm tired for you.
My sister's one of them. Shout out to Crazy Maria. People always question if she's younger than me and Anna, but she's older than us. And she has 3 daughters.
She has a young
She has
spirit,
a moisture. Yes, that too. She has a J-Lo secret thing that she does for her face.
Her skin.
And her skin. And then she does have a young spirit. She is such an amazing soul that's just like always happy and ready. And she's a good person. So
she's gonna be like one of those 82-year-old women that are just like, yeah, like party bus, like to Vegas.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. You say Vegas. She's like, when? Right now? Let's go. Let me buy the groceries for the kids so they have something for the weekend.
How many kids does she have?
She has 3. So her oldest is in college. She's gonna graduate college. Her middle is in high school, gonna be a senior next year, and then her youngest is a middle school, gonna be in high school next year.
Wow, good for her.
Yeah, and she does not. I'm telling you, she gets asked if she's younger than me and Anna all the time. So shout out to Crazy Maria because Maria looks good for her age.
So that brings, you know, your sisters. There's a couple of your sisters that don't have kids.
Just me and Anna.
You and Anna.
Yeah.
Who would both be wonderful mothers.
I mean, we help raise our nieces. Yeah. So
I mean, and that's sometimes I think about that as a blessing too for me because I don't have kids. Always wanted to have kids.
Do you have godkids?
I have a godson and I have 2 godsons and I have nephews and I have nieces. I'm very close to my younger nephews. The older nieces, they were only 10 years younger than me. So, but one of them was only like 4 years younger than anyway. So I have my nephews now. I'm around my boyfriend's little girls, and I was a social worker, so I was always around like young teenage, preteen kind of kids and that's sometimes,
I mean, I feel like I've been raising kids since I was like 9.
Yeah,
my sister got married at 19, and she's 10 years older than me. So, yeah, I mean, I get it. So I'm not feeling any type of way. It's just like when and how. When you are so focused in your career and I want to build this business that I'm building here, a radio station from the ground up. And
awesome.
I feel so excited. Like that is so much joy and it gives me passion. Like I look forward every day, like,
But
so
it's not us making the clock tick.
It's not.
So it's not like if it was like a choice, like, well, when I'm 50, I'll just have a baby then. And it's like, it's not how it works.
It's not.
I was approached by Inside Edition when I was your age to freeze my eggs.
Really?
Yeah, they were going to pay for it if I did it on camera. And I chose not to do it.
Why is that?
I made a decision. I had a real come to Jesus moment with myself. Like, look, I was 37 and I was like, I can do this now because it's not easy to do. It's expensive. And I thought, but what I don't like about that process is when you do need to use the embryos, or the eggs rather, because they're not embryos yet. You have to pay for them to be embryos. You have to pay for them to be implanted. All of that is a lot of money.
Mhm.
20,000, 30, 40, 100,000.
Yeah.
And, I used to be a social worker, and I just felt like I can't, there's a lot of kids that don't have parents that I couldn't think about saving eggs and freezing eggs and paying for down the road, when it's like, if it doesn't happen naturally, then I'll adopt,
Right.
But I also considered in vitro, which is much more reasonably priced. So those are options for that I considered when I was, a little bit younger. And, ultimately none of those things happened. What I really wanted, and this is what I told myself back then, and everybody's different, so I can't make that decision for you. But for me, was that I wanted a family more than I wanted a baby. And that's the hard thing, because some people just like, I just really want a baby. And I wanted the whole thing. And I didn't really want one without the other. And I knew that might mean I don't get a baby.
Right.
But I always knew I can adopt, and that's still, even my boyfriend and I have talked about adopting.
Yeah, that's so true. Adoption it's needed, and it's still like it's a good thing. Like, so many kids out there need homes, and yeah, man, I get you. So I'm not feeling type of way, but I always bring it up because I feel like women our age who are so like career driven, like this is it's a topic that's always on our mind.
Yeah,
always,
because it is something that kind of is decided for us, unless you take the bull by the horns and be like, okay, I'm going to take action.
Yeah,
and which is. Thank God we live in a time when you can do that.
Yeah.
And you're not like.
That's true. But I do also want to get into the importance of a few things. But before I go into that, I do want to ask you, because I feel like you're a confident woman, Vivi. I feel like you're so confident. Or at least you come off that way, right?
Yeah.
What has helped build your confidence for the young women that are listening? Not just women in media, but just in general as a woman. Like, what has helped build your confidence in who you are today?
Yeah. Well, I think we always start when we're younger. I think being in a family where my intellect was celebrated. Not my dad was a professor, and my dad's an amazing man. He's very like old fashioned dad, kind of patriarchal, but really supportive in intelligence. You know what I mean?
Right.
Never called us his princesses.
Really?
Never said, "Oh, you're so beautiful." Which is like, is that bad? He didn't say we were ugly, but that wasn't what he complimented.
Right.
If you were like sharp, or if you said something clever, or you did something intelligent, had insight into something, that was what was celebrated. And we all have a very quick tongue. Most of us have a quick tongue in our family. And so that was,
you definitely do.
What was really like, if you could make people laugh, if you were just, quick witted, that was something that was intelligent. And I also was a really late bloomer. And so my whole confidence was never based on how I looked, because that was all of my sisters were homecoming queens, and I was the one announcing the homecoming queen. Like, I didn't get nominated.
Way.
I was the one that announced the nominees. Right. So I was a late bloomer, and
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm 5'9", and I grew up in Whittier. Like, I was the tallest Latina in the school.
This woman right here has legs. You need to get those legs insured. Like, your legs are beautiful. They're
they
long.
do, because I just fell down the stairs a few weeks ago.
Oh my God, Vivi.
Probably should. No, but having your self-worth be based on your ability and not your looks, I don't think I'd be able to make it in television if I didn't have that.
I feel that,
because there's always going to be somebody more beautiful or skinnier or fatter. I mean, nowadays you got to have the fattest ass, whatever, whoever's ass is fat, whatever.
Right.
None of that really matters.
No,
it's that inside.
Yeah.
And what you can, not even just like if you're smart or quick-witted, maybe you're a good artist.
Yeah.
Maybe you play the flute, maybe you play the guitar, maybe you are an actor, maybe, you have like some super interest in cooking or whatever your skills are.
Yeah.
Who you are, that's what makes, and that's the thing, we see it reflected.
Yeah.
We also have self-doubt, but we see on Instagram and everything, all these people look different. They're all different, but the ones that we follow are people that have something to offer.
Something different, unique. Yeah, special about them. And I love that. I actually do. And I will say, you are very witty. You're very, like I was saying, you're funny, but like, I don't mean like, haha, funny. He's like, why did the chicken cross the road. It's like just your comments. I love talking to you because you always make me laugh. I'm like, oh my god. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, but I love it. It reminds me of my family, of my my sisters and my cousins and stuff. So you feel like like family in a sense. I mean, you are at this point. We've known each other for long enough.
Yeah.
But I love that
feel the
about you.
same
And I
way.
think your personality is what makes you stand out. Because I'd be watching your interviews, even like the clip that I posted today on Ladies Night Radio Show on Instagram. It was so funny. Your comments with these people, even you can see the celebrity faces. They're just like, their eyes are like, did she just say that?
Oh, I used to have good times on the carpet.
I know.
Oh,
and that's what makes you so good at it. That's what I'm talking about.
The Me Too movement, right?
Right.
On the carpet, you used to not be able to talk about anything. You couldn't talk about current affairs. You couldn't talk about nothing. And then the Me Too. And I just got out of covering red carpets, maybe a year before the Me Too movement. I was like, damn it, I just missed my window. I would have really shined. I had some great, like Sterling Brown and I had like seriously a 15-minute conversation on the carpet.
On the red carpet?
When he did the OJ thing.
Yeah.
And that was like really kind of before he got big.
Yeah.
He was so awesome. I wish that, I'm sure it hit the cutting room floor. It's been deleted. I don't know. Someone's drive somewhere, but I thank you. I do.
Is that normal? 15 minutes on a red carpet?
No, girl. I did
right?
my own thing out there.
2 minutes is a lot for a red carpet
interview.
It's like you're barely catching them. Excuse me.
But he
Cardi,
was engaged, I mean, I like a good conversation.
And I think they enjoy that.
He's really smart. And so we started like vibing. We started talking about really heavy shit. I mean, we were talking about Black Lives Matter in 2017. It hadn't happened, but we were talking about OJ.
Yeah.
So we were talking about those same concepts on the carpet, and it was just such a deep, rich interview.
Yeah.
It made me sad. A lot of those interviews never made the light of day.
You don't have no access to them?
I mean, girl, I'm not tech savvy.
I know.
I am tech savvy.
I'll try to figure it out.
I don't want to be tech savvy.
I know. It's like I'm telling you, she's the whole. You would produce your own show. That's how I'm like. I'm producing my own show now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not complaining because I seen you do it and at a higher level. You know what I mean? So I mean, this is live radio, and yeah. Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Kudos.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump into our next question. So, like, I'm sure we're gonna go into our next segment, which is why it's important for women to negotiate their salaries. And I'm sure, like many women in the world, you have had your share of promotions or new job opportunities. When and how did you learn to negotiate for more money?
I don't even know that.
And why is it important for women to speak up to negotiate their salaries?
I'll start there, but I'm still struggling. Because it's really, we're breaking into industries that we weren't even supposed to be in. My grandmother was a migrant worker, and I was in a $10 million house today shooting a luxury lifestyle show, and my grandmother picked potatoes.
Man.
So that I'm not supposed to be there.
Right.
So, and I've already learned a tactic, like don't ask for too much because you'll be the first one to go. And that's true anywhere, but you do have to negotiate. You have to, like, I have a friend of mine who just left a local news job, and, they really didn't give her the promotion that she deserved. And so she's looking for elsewhere. She was talking about an interview that she had yesterday, and we were talking about negotiating. I'm like, you got to talk about what you want. You have to have a number. These people will pay it.
Yeah.
And make them say the number first.
Right.
Like, well, what is your, they're going to try to use.
Oh, make them say their number first.
Yeah.
I like that.
They'll tell you, oh, well, we can't go. Sometimes they're higher than you thought they were going to go.
Right.
And then you still push. And you just never know. You have to really hold strong, and you have to have that number, break it down before you get into the interview, and make them tell you a number first. Okay. And then just be like, well, this is my rate. Yeah. I agree, man. I feel like sometimes that too, like, I'm like, I know that number, I also see a number and I'm like, I know it should be higher, but like, how do I address it? How do I start? Like, and it's more like we just have to understand like what we bring to the table. Like, well, part of it is we need to talk to each other. Yes. So start calling your friends, and we need to start being real transparent with each other. I am. And I've always been that way, especially with people of color. I try to say, hey, this is what it is. I was running that vegan news site called it's actually Good News. It was We Are Good News. We Are Good News for a company, and I hired all people of color. And my Swiss bosses were like, "Oh, all of these brown people," and I was like, "What are you talking about? I didn't notice what color they were. I don't see color." And we were all getting paid, girl. I made sure everybody got paid.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And that's what I was gonna say. The importance of why you should ask or negotiate your more money is because now you're kind of setting the bar for future women to come
And for themselves.
and for
Now
yourself.
they have a bar. Like, wait a minute, I was making $7,000 a month over there.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make up to that. And then you start feeling like I deserve that.
Yeah. This job I was making here and you're offering me that. No. You need to bring that up a little bit more because they were paying me this.
Yeah.
And I know like I'm going to do way more over here for you. Like, yeah.
I already have the experience. You want me. And once they
you don't got to train me and teach me nothing. I'm already know.
Yeah, I'll show you. And so you have to help each other.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be transparent with people. Yes. Don't be afraid. Don't live in what's the word I'm thinking of? Blank. Not abundance, but scarcity. Don't live in scarcity.
Right.
Don't ever be threatened by somebody coming in and taking over the ladies' night radio show.
No.
Because there's only one Mysterious Jax.
Yes, exactly.
I could come in and I could host it for you. It's not going to be the same
Can
show.
I tell you something? I actually created a script, not a script, but like I don't know what it's called. I guess it's a script because it's not word by word, but it's a structure.
Right.
So that if I ever need to take a break and I want to have like a rotating chair of somebody like take over, they can do it because I feel like, like I want to give other people opportunity. Yeah. And I know that what I have is me.
It's you.
And you're going to bring your own thing to the show.
Never be threatened by anybody
Never.
else.
I really am not.
Because you're only going to open more doors for yourself, being acceptance and recognizing that there's abundance. I mean,
right.
People tell me all the time, oh, TV host, well, you don't quit your day job. And I was like, well, where is my day job? Like, and it kept going and it kept going. And the same thing when I decided to get into real estate. Oh, well, there's so many agents out there. I'm like, well, guess what? There's a lot fewer jobs for TV hosts. And somehow I managed that.
Hello.
So I think I'm going to be okay with real estate. Everybody's going to tell you that you can't do things.
Oh, for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good.
But make sure you're not that person telling yourself that you can't do it. You got to be your own hype person. You got to be the one that like says, nah, you got this. Because at the end of the day, you're unique. Like we are in a similar, like, well, she does TV person, like, hosting, I do radio, but like we're two different people. And if maybe they need somebody like Vivi or maybe they need somebody like me, but at the end of the day, there's space for all of us.
But if I came here and I did your show, it's not even going to be the same show.
It's not. It's not.
Even if we had a script and I'm doing it, even if it's the same.
You're following the segments and everything. Different. It's your whole style. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, man. So at the end of the day, it's important, I feel, for women to speak up. Yes, for yourself, because you got to know your words. But what you're doing is you're setting the standard for the future women coming after you.
You do.
And that's what we need to do.
Don't be a scab.
Don't be a scab.
You got to know your worth. It's been the tough thing, I think, about hosting since social media and influencers kind of, and I'm okay. We're going to go with the flow. I'm okay with influencers making money and doing their things. That's great. But a lot of them are willing to work for free
and
so that they can sell slim teas or whatever, make money on the other end. And it sucks because it devalues the job.
Yeah.
So, even main networks are like, oh, well, we'll just let you do a post or we'll let you. Nah, you got to get paid.
You got to get paid. You hear this? You got to get paid. You got to get paid. All right, you guys. We got to keep going on. The show, the topic is coming to an end. I want to thank Vivi for just sharing all these gems, all this advice. One last thing that I want to ask you for the ladies that are listening, and men too if they want, but for the ladies, what tips would you give to somebody that is trying to get into the industry?
Well, if they wanted to get into television, it's a good time because you have so many resources at your disposal. You could do a show on Zoom and you can live stream it. I did that when I was doing my political talk show called Contextualize This.
I remember that.
That was really fun. You can just get yourself on the air immediately. I mean, Instagram, you could just do an Instagram live and start talking.
Yeah. TikTok
is a great platform to get started. And right now, short form videos are taking over. So you don't have to be part of a major network, even major networks. I mean, they came up with what was that QB, that short form TV they had? I think it was called QB or Quibbits. No, something. I forget. Short form is where it's at. So if you're interested in breaking into it, and just like we talked about before, be willing to put in the work. Put in the work. You might not get paid on it right away. That's okay if you're doing it for yourself.
Yes.
If you're doing it for someone else, get paid.
Right. It's true. It's true. 100%. You hear that, ladies? You hear that? Make sure you get that money.
But when you're building it for yourself, you're going to have to, invest in yourself, put a little bit of your own money to build in yourself. Not too much.
Not too much.
And there's nothing that's going to happen overnight. Those get rich quick schemes, don't let anybody, oh, I'll pay you, or you can pay me such and such, and I'll make you a reel, and I'll get you. Don't give them nothing.
Don't do that. Honestly, I talk to Keith about this all the time, and he always says, like, when you're the most realist, the less edited it is, the better it is.
Yeah.
Like people connect with it more.
And you're lucky nowadays. That's totally allowed. When I first got into television, it needed to be perfectly edited and have graphics, and nobody liked it if it didn't have that. And now you can just do raw video. People love it.
Yes, you hear that? Okay, shout out to me for all the gems. Okay, shout out to her. Make sure y'all follow her at Viviana Vigil on Instagram.
Yes.
And check her out everywhere, y'all. Thank you for all this, man. I really appreciate it, and I hope anybody who's watching really takes notes and applies all of this, because she is giving it for free right here on Ladies Night Radio Show. If you're just tuning in, this is Ladies Night Radio Show. I'm your host, Mysterious Jackson. This is TG and Latinx, and we have the amazing Viviana Vigil, who just dropped a lot of gems for us. But we got to go ahead and go into our next segment of the night. It is our game time. We're going to put Miss Viviana Vigil in the hot seat.
Oh, I like it hot.
All right, that's right. We're going to put Viviana in the hot seat. It's a game called Hot Seat Questions. I'm really simple, y'all. I don't get too creative with this.
Okay. Self-explanatory.
Right into it. So I'm going to just ask you questions, and you have to just kind of answer them as fast as you can, but it's just as real as you can.
Rapid fire.
Yeah, and I'll give you an example, right? So if I asked you, boxers or briefs on men?
Boxers.
Okay, see,
boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Let me put some music on for us while we do this game. All right, here we go. So it's pretty simple. I'm just gonna ask random questions just so people can get to know you, and we just to ask you random questions.
Go for it.
All right, here we go. Your 3 favorite body parts on a man?
Back, chin, and
the back and the chin really are so random.
I love strong hands.
Okay, and hands. Okay, we'll put that in there. All right. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Antonio Banderas.
Really?
Technically, it was Fonzie from Happy Days, but I want to say
Fonzie. Okay.
Desperado, 1996, I think it was. Like, I said this to Robert Rodriguez to his face. I said, look, I walked in that theater a girl and I came out a woman. I had to ring out the chones after that movie. Desperado, are you kidding? With Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek. That movie was so hot.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Still love him.
Yes. Your biggest fear?
Probably clowns.
Clowns?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that.
I hate clowns.
Most famous person in your phone?
I can't say that.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't say.
All right.
Maybe probably some Latin rock stars. I don't know.
Okay. Your favorite curse word?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many good ones. I guess I gotta say fuck. I don't know. I say maybe shit. I don't know. I like to say dirty bastards. Is that a cuss
Dirty
word?
bastards. Yeah, that could work. That could work. I like that actually.
Dirty
What's your guilty pleasure?
A little bit of weed.
Okay.
I do feel, and sugar.
And sugar.
Probably worse than weed.
Probably. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Your top 3 favorite interviews?
That's hard, girl.
I know, right?
Well, I mentioned one earlier.
You did.
Sterling Brown. I don't know if that's my favorite, but that one
stands out to you.
Yeah, I remember that just being amazing. Gosh. It's actually, I forgot about it until you posted that reel today.
Which one?
Salt and Pepper.
Oh my God, that was so dope to see.
Believe how amazing that was for me to sing with them?
That was
they were like, because I was like the oldest one on the carpet. They were like, this bitch knows the song. And I was like, yes, I do. Of course. No,
that was a good one, actually.
Yeah, I've done thousands of interviews,
I know.
Jackie. That is hard.
I know. Well, you already kind of mentioned 2 that just stood out to you right now.
Well, those are just, happenstance ones, but there were some really great ones.
We don't have to put you in the hot seat that too much because I know that's tough.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song of the moment?
You know what I've been listening to is that Willow Smith song, Meet Me at Our Spot.
Oh, okay. Willow Smith, she's really talented.
Good album.
She's good. She's good.
right?
Yeah, no, she's good. I like her.
She's come a long way from Whip Your Hair.
I know. Hey, she was young when she did that.
She was a baby.
She was young when
that
she
was
did
like
that.
Rugrats album.
I
that
know.
was cute. But this album's really good.
Were you under the influence during any of your interviews?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is the most well-known person who has slid in your DMs?
There's been a few. One of my favorite ones that once in a while still slides in the DMs. Let me see when the last time was.
Ooh,
do you watch
who is it?
Shameless? Do you watch that show?
Yes. Don't say it.
Yeah.
El Güerito.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There was an interview of you and him.
It sure was.
Oh my God.
I mean, I guess that's not fair because I met him
so damn
before he
hot.
slid, but then he got him and his wife divorced.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember that.
But who I don't think anybody has slid into my DMs without.
He's hot.
He's really
Oh my God, he's hot.
Girl, I have to behave myself. But I honestly, I don't even want to date a guy that hot. He's like 6'5". He's like a pure
trouble.
Who wants that?
Nope. No.
No, thanks.
Have you ever gotten a celebrity dick pic?
Yeah. Oh my God, I should tell you who it is.
Tell me. Who?
Nate from Boys to Men.
What? Did you request it or they just sent it?
No, I don't ever request dick pics. I stopped
do.
talking to him after that. Actually, it wasn't quite a dick pic. It was like through his boxers.
Okay.
It was like a dick imprint.
Imprint. Okay. I mean,
if he was really trying, this is when I was single, if he was really trying to fuck with me, then I might have responded, but motherfucker's like married or something. I'm like, nobody has time for that.
I didn't know that. Oh, dear. Maybe he just is so proud of it. He's just like sharing it around. Like, here, look at this, look at that.
He can share it with his wife. Thank you. I don't have time for that. But it makes me laugh. And fuck him for sending it to me because we didn't even hook up or anything. Like, don't send me your fucking dick imprint, dick.
How did that
I was
happen?
offended, and he was offended that I was offended. It's like, well, we're just gonna be offended.
Both offended. Well, that wraps up the hot seat question. Shout out to Mimi for you did
keeping it real.
For keeping it.
Don't tell anybody
real.
I said that. Oh wait, it's on the air.
Oh my God, that was dope. I like that. I like that. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and go into our next segment of the night. It's our last segment. I know, don't be too sad, but this is our cheers segment, and our cheers segment. So this is
Rihanna's having a baby.
I know, this is crazy.
I can't wait
to see. You'll be a Coke.
Oh my God, is her makeup gonna come out with like some baby soft colors? Because I'm down. I love Fenty.
Oh yeah, me too.
Do you wear Fenty?
This is a lipstick Fenty.
This is Fenty makeup.
Oh, look at us. Check us out. So I want you to share, a cheers. This is where you share something you're proud of and you give yourself some love. But I also added affirmations for the ladies. So I also want you to share an affirmation to the ladies that are listening right now who might be experiencing doubt in who they are.
You belong here.
Ooh.
You belong in this space. Take up the space. Be loud. You belong. We feel like we don't belong.
I know.
Especially Latinas.
Yeah.
We've been told like, nah, you went from helping with wardrobe to now you run your own show. You belong.
I'm building a radio network over here.
You built it.
I know.
It's here.
It's still building.
I'm sitting in it. It's not fictitious.
No, this is it, y'all. This is it for sure.
You're killing it.
Oh, thank you. But I agree. You belong. You're here for a reason. You are where you are for a reason. Not just entertainment, but like whatever it is that you're doing in your life, you are exactly where you are.
Seat at the table.
Yeah.
Just sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Let him be like, excuse me, and be like, oh no, I belong here.
No, I'm here. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. And what do you want to give a cheers to?
Oh, cheers to you.
No. This is where you show something you're proud of. You give yourself some love.
I gotta give myself cheers.
But thank you. I'll take the cheers. Hey, cheers to that. Cheers to us. Cheers to us doing the damn thing.
I'll definitely, if I have to give myself accolades for something, it's to really learning what self-love is, and it's making sure that I don't choose things that are bad for me, and to allow the life that I have today, because I had to say no to things that I thought I wanted at the time, but I really knew weren't good for me. So that is the hardest thing I ever done in my life. Things that I wanted, guys that I still wanted in my life that I knew were toxic. I had to say, nope, I'm just going to be alone instead of that. And that made the space in my life for my boyfriend, and also made the space in my life to have a little bit more peace in regards to my career and just financially, all that kind of stuff.
I love that. Cheers to you.
self-love.
Cheers to self-love. Cheers. I love that.
Yeah.
Man, Vivi, I'm so excited that you are here and you got to like hang out and see. Like, I'm so happy that you're here because like I do want to show you this. Like, I'm I'm proud of this, and it's honestly wanted to thank you. Like, I wouldn't be here where I am without like having an influence, somebody like you that I got to work with, and you just always kept it real, and you opened up so many doors for me and opportunities, and you connected me with people who were similar to you and were just on the same boat. And like, you connected me with Hachi, and she's another Latina woman out there doing the damn thing. Yeah, so talented. And she's so like humble because she's so quiet, like, but she is a badass. And you connected me with her, and which opened even more opportunities and different doors. Right. So I want to thank you, and I wanted to bring you on my show and just kind of give you your flowers and say thank you for that. You would have
done it anyway. Because you were knocking on doors.
I was knocking on doors.
You would have done
but the doors took me to you for a reason, and I'm glad it was you, and I'm glad it did.
And I'm so grateful. You brought me a lot of joy in my life. You're wonderful. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I love to support you any way I can.
I appreciate you. And I'm so happy that I was able to bring Viviana Vigil on Ladies Night Radio Show and share her all with my listeners and everybody that watches and listens and tunes in, because she's an amazing woman.
And feel free to contact me on social media, Instagram or Twitter. If
Where?
You guys want, Twitter is Viviana Vigil. Instagram is Viviana Vigil. Viviana Vigil _ I'm also on TikTok, but not really.
I feel you. That's us too.
44 and I don't.
It's hard to do all these social medias.
I've been since MySpace, please. I've been since AOL Messenger. Okay, don't even come at me with the new apps.
I was in AIM too. No. ASL, remember? Where are you at?
I was there.
I was there too.
I was there.
Microsoft, Apple.
I was back in the day when you weren't allowed to give your real name on the internet. Don't do it.
Oh yeah.
Now you have to. You know? So I'm trying to say, but yeah, if you guys have any questions or you just want to like promote yourselves, you want me to spread some stuff. I mean, I don't have a big following, but I'm happy to. I don't have a big following, but my following is real. My following is like people that are intrigued in my life and
you should be verified because your following is huge. You should be verified. Who do I got to talk to? Get my girl verified on Instagram. Okay, Instagram.
I did try once, and they're like, "Ain't nobody trying to be you. Relax." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right."
First of all, you better verify me and verify Viviana Vigil. I only got 1,800. Okay, I'm almost at $2,000, y'all.
There you go. I'll put you on blast today. Hopefully
I know, man. Come on through. But thank you so much for joining us and just sharing all your gems. And just, I wanted to celebrate you, especially for Women's History Month.
Love it.
You are badass, and I hope you know it. And you're just amazing. And thank you for everything.
You give me a lot. You helped me when I wanted to kind of dabble into podcasts and whatnot, and I've actually started doing more political stuff, which has been really great. You can see me on the Young Turk still.
Hey, that's right.
Which has been good. And then if you guys need a realtor, I'm also a realtor.
Hey,
and I also host a real estate show. So there.
Look at her. Okay, a woman of many hats.
But that show I'm doing down the road, stay tuned. I'll come back and talk about it.
Oh yeah, come in here and talk about it. Okay, after.
I signed it on.
And I want all the exclusive here once you are allowed to. Todo, okay. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I am your host, Mysterious Jax. This is Ladies Night Radio Show, and just remember one thing, ladies. Oh, I had a game time on there for a minute. Let me do it again.
Time.
I am your host, Mysterious Jax. This is Ladies Night Radio Show. And just remember one thing, ladies. You are enough. And don't you forget it. This is still Women's History Month. Make sure you're getting all your gifts and flowers this month because you deserve it. Vivi, thank you. Any last words before we head out?
Thank you. Love you so much. I'm so proud of you.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Love you guys. See you next Friday. Same time, same place.
Need a woman's touch in your place. Just protect her and keep her safe. Baby, worship my hips and waist. So feminine with grace. I touch your